I was the only monster on Earth until the aliens invaded our planet. I was born on the Blood Moon to the most dangerous vampires alive. My parents hid me from the world until I could control my hunger and pass as human. But my birth did not stay a secret. It alerted the strongest race in the galaxy, the Dalki. They had a prophecy. A vampire child born on Earth, walking among humans, would be the end of their world. So they invaded the Earth, and they burned half the planet, and killed my parents too. With her last breath, my mother told me a secret.
The Dalki's strength comes from a dagger forged with vampire blood. Our blood. Find it, Quinn, and bring back the glory we lost.
So I enlisted in the army that was fighting the aliens. I trained, I waited, and finally, I got picked for the mission, to fight the Dalki.
Your mission is simple. Travel to Dalki Prime and eliminate as many aliens as possible. Our intelligence suggests a coordinated assault within weeks. We need strike teams to hit their staging areas and buy us time.
A cadet in the front row raised his hand.
Sir, why not send experienced soldiers?
Morrison's expression hardened.
Because experienced soldiers are needed for Earth's defense. This is a volunteer mission for those brave enough to serve humanity.
The auditorium erupted.
Volunteer? This is a death sentence.
We're just kids! You can't make us do this!
Students began organizing a mass walkout, coordinating their protests and heading for the exits in defiance. The doors slammed shut. Armed guards blocked every escape route.
You know what? Forget about volunteering. Anyone who refuses will be executed for desertion in wartime.
Terror filled the silence. Morrison scanned the room.
I need volunteers now.
That's when I made the biggest mistake of my life. I raised my hand. Every head turned toward me with expressions of pure hatred, like I was the kid who just reminded the teacher about weekend homework. Sarah screamed.
Thanks for volunteering us for suicide, genius.
Someone should put you out of our misery right now, Quinn Talon.
But I couldn't hide my excitement. My father had whispered family secrets before he died. Vampire power didn't come from Earth. It came from the stars. And I would do anything for a chance to discover our cosmic heritage. They didn't waste time with revenge. The moment we left the auditorium, Jackson grabbed me by the throat and slammed me into the metal lockers.
You worthless piece of trash. We're all going to die because of you.
Sarah joined him, her fist connecting with my ribs.
Why couldn't you just keep your stupid mouth shut?
Other cadets formed a circle around me, taking turns venting their fury on the one person they could hurt. They beat me unconscious, making sure I understood exactly how much they hated me for dooming them all. When I came to, Jackson was crouched over me.
Remember this feeling, freak, because when we get to that alien planet, this is going to seem like a massage compared to what we do to you.
I still say the only reason someone low-born like Quinn has any powers at all is because his mother slept with a Dalki to get them.
Cruel laughter echoed through the loading bay. The joke never got old for them. Quinn Talon, the weakest cadet in military history, whose abilities barely registered above normal human levels. I clenched my fists and fought back rage. If only they knew what vampire blood really felt like coursing through my veins. If only they understood that I was hiding power that could tear them all apart. Captain Reeves stepped forward and addressed us.
Listen up, you worthless maggots. This is not a glory mission. This is not your chance to play hero.
His voice echoed through the transport bay.
We are going to the most dangerous planet in known space. We will stick together, find a safe location, eliminate one target to prove we were there, and extract immediately.
The captain stopped directly in front of me.
This goes double for you, talentless Talon. Nobody goes off alone. Nobody gets adventurous. And if you even think about wandering away from the group, we will leave your worthless corpse behind without a second thought.
General Morrison grinned maliciously beside him.
Captain, why waste time with threats? We all know Talon's going to get himself killed in the first 5 minutes anyway.
Sarah nodded in agreement.
Do us all a favor, Quinn. Just kill yourself when we land. Save us the trouble of watching you fail.
Other cadets joined in with their abuse.
Yeah, put yourself out of our misery. Worthless trash like you shouldn't even be here.
My vampire instincts screamed for violence inside my head. My hands trembled with the effort of not ripping their throats out. Every vampire instinct I possessed demanded blood, demanded I show them what real power looked like. But I forced myself to stay calm. Not yet. Soon, I would have power that would make their petty cruelty irrelevant. Soon, I would unlock vampire abilities that would reshape the galaxy. The transport engines fired up around us. The ship shuddered as we lifted off from Earth, carrying us toward alien territory and the destiny I'd been dreaming of. 24 hours later, I stood on the surface of Dalkey Prime. The planet looked like hell had been given physical form. Red skies, twisted metal structures, and an atmosphere that tasted of sulfur and death. Captain Reeves checked his scanner nearby.
All right, maggots. We set up a defensive perimeter here and wait for a target. First alien we see, we put it down and get out.
My vampire system immediately activated in my head.
Massive energy signature detected. Ancient vampire technology confirmed. Location, 2 kilometers northeast.
I struggled to hide my excitement. The system was practically vibrating with anticipation. Whatever was out there, it was important enough to risk everything for. My system continued its analysis.
Warning. 6 Dalkey warriors detected guarding the energy source. Recommend a stealth approach for maximum survival probability.
I approach Captain Reeves. Captain, requesting permission to scout the perimeter. Make sure we're not walking into an ambush. Captain Reeves didn't even look up from his equipment.
Okay, Talon. Just don't expect us to come looking for your body when you get yourself killed.
I nodded respectfully. Understood, sir. I'll maintain radio contact. Jackson laughed behind us.
Finally! Maybe we'll get lucky and the aliens will save us the trouble of dealing with him.
I headed toward the energy signature. Perfect. They wanted me gone, and I needed to investigate that energy source. For once, everyone's interests aligned. I moved through alien terrain. Following the system's guidance, I navigated through rocky canyons and past alien structures that hummed with ominous power. Every step took me closer to whatever ancient technology was calling to my vampire blood. My system provided updates as I walked.
Energy signature intensifying. Vampire technology confirmed as pre-Earth origins. Power levels suggest a weapon or enhancement device.
I climbed toward a temple structure ahead. The temple emerged from the rock face, like a wound in the planet itself. Ancient green metal covered in symbols that seemed to shift when I wasn't looking directly at them. The entire structure pulsed with energy that made my vampire system sing. I observed 6 massive Dalkey guards protecting the entrance. Each warrior stood 8 feet tall, covered in natural armor that looked like it could stop tank rounds. Their black eyes swept the area constantly, and the weapons they carried hummed with alien technology. I activated my vampire stealth abilities. Time to show these aliens what happened when they got between a vampire and his birthright. I moved like a shadow toward my targets. Vampire speed and stealth made me nearly invisible as I approached the first guard. He never saw death coming. I struck silently from behind. My hand clamped over the alien's mouth while my combat knife found the gap between armor plates. Green blood sprayed across ancient stone as the massive warrior collapsed. I dragged the body into the shadows. 1 down, 5 to go. The second guard turned at some sound I hadn't heard, but vampire reflexes made me faster than alien perception. I leaped from above and dropped from a ledge directly onto the warrior's back, driving my blade deep between the neck vertebrae. It thrashed wildly, trying to throw me off, but my vampire strength held me in place until the struggling stopped. The second Dalkey fell beneath me. 2 down. The third guard spotted the bodies.
Intruders, protect the sacred blade.
The 3 remaining Dalkey charged at me. So much for stealth, but I'd learned something important. They called it a blade. Whatever was in that temple was a weapon. I drew my military blaster. The lead Dalkey came at me like a living avalanche. I put 3 shots center mass, but its armor absorbed most of the impact. Green blood leaked from the wounds, but it kept coming. Massive claws swiped at me. I rolled left, feeling alien talons slice through the air where my head had been. My combat knife flashed out, opening a line across its thigh, but the wound only seemed to enrage it further. 2 more Dalkey flanked me. The other warriors moved to surround me. Intelligent hunters, these aliens. They grabbed my arms before I could react, lifting me off the ground like I weighed nothing. The Dalkey warriors restrained me between them.
Human scum! You dare violate our sacred ground!
They stripped away my weapons.
Now you die, as all trespassers should. Slowly and in agony.
My eyes began to glow red. They thought disarming me meant victory. They had no idea what my real weapons were. You want to see what I really am? I activated Blood Swipe. Crimson energy erupted from my fingertips, forming a blade of pure vampire power. The Dalki holding my right arm stared in shock as the blood blade sliced clean through its wrist. Alien screams echoed around me.
Impossible! What kind of a creature are you?
I spun with lethal grace, twisted free and drove the blood blade across the second guard's throat. Green fountains of alien blood painted the temple entrance as it collapsed, gurgling its final breath. The final Dalki backed away in terror.
You are not human! You are something far worse!
I advanced with my blood blade extended. The blood blade sliced through the final warrior. Silence fell over the temple. 6 elite alien guards dead, and I barely had a scratch on me. I approached the temple entrance. Time to claim whatever prize they'd died protecting. Inside the temple, alien technology hummed with power around me. The chamber was a marvel of alien engineering, mixed with something else, something that made my vampire blood cheer with recognition. The system scanned frantically.
Powerful discovery. Vampire technology detected. Weapon predates known vampire civilization by millennia.
I stared at the pedestal in the center. On a platform in the center of the room lay a dagger unlike anything in vampire history. The blade was forged from the same green metal as the temple, but it pulsed with inner light that seemed alive, aware, hungry. I reached for the weapon. The moment my fingers touched the handle, power exploded through my vampire system like lightning through my veins. The dagger blazed with energy.
Warning. Power levels beyond all measurement. Weapon contains the essence of the first vampires.
Vision struck. Visions flooded my mind. Images crashed through my consciousness. Vampires traveling between stars in ships of living shadow. Ancient wars fought across galaxies with weapons that could shatter planets. And this dagger, forged in the heart of a dying sun by vampire lords whose names had been lost to time. I lifted the ancient blade. The weapon wasn't just a tool. It was a key, a way to unlock vampire potential that modern bloodsuckers couldn't even imagine. My system continued its analysis.
Critical recommendation. Weapon requires activation through Dalki blood consumption. Power enhancement unprecedented.
I stared at the fallen guards outside. My hands shook as I looked at them. Their green blood was still warm, still fresh, still calling to something primal in my vampire nature. I knelt beside the largest Dalki. This wasn't just about power anymore. This was about evolution, about becoming what vampires were meant to be before they forgot their cosmic origins. I reached toward the alien blood. The dagger pulsed in my other hand, its hunger mixing with mine. I could feel how the alien essence would merge with vampire power, could sense the transformation that awaited. My hand hovered over the blood. My military tracker suddenly exploded with alarms. But my comm device erupted with warning signals. The ship was powering up for immediate extraction. Internal agony tore through me. No, not now. Not when I was seconds away from ultimate power. The alarms became more frantic. I could ignore the signal. I could complete the transformation and find my own way out of this hell world. But what if they left me stranded? What if I ended up trapped here with an army of vengeful aliens? I made the hardest choice of my life. The rational part of my mind won, but barely. I had to get back to the ship. But the dagger was coming with me, and the blood would have to wait. I concealed the weapon. The ancient blade disappeared beneath my jacket, its weight both reassuring and terrifying. Whatever power it contained would have to remain dormant until I found another chance. I ran across alien terrain and back to the ship. I made it in time for the extraction just as the engines began their startup sequence. Captain Reeves glared at me as I approached.
Where the hell have you been, Talon? We're leaving in 90 seconds.
Jackson stepped forward aggressively.
Let me guess. You got lost because you're too pathetic to handle basic reconnaissance.
I boarded the ship quickly. Perimeter was clear, sir. No immediate threats detected. Sarah shook her head in disgust.
Useless as always. At least you managed not to get yourself killed.
I took my seat. If only they knew what I had accomplished. If only they realized I was carrying the most powerful weapon in vampire history. The ship's engines began final startup. We were finally leaving this death world behind. Then, a sudden massive impact rocked the ship. Emergency alarms blared around us. Every light on the ship flickered as something massive struck our hull. Captain Reeves rushed to the sensors.
What the hell was that? We're still on the ground.
Another impact hit us, much stronger. I was thrown against the wall with everyone else. The ship lurched sideways, sparks flying from damaged systems. I looked out the viewport in horror. My blood turned to ice. Emerging from hidden caves and underground bunkers came dozens of Dalki warriors. Not ordinary soldiers, these were different. Bigger, more heavily armed. Elite troops in ceremonial armor. A massive Dalki commander stepped forward. A warrior the size of a small building, covered in technological armor that marked him as high command. Ancient symbols covered his chest plate, and the weapon he carried hummed with enough power to level cities. The commander's voice boomed across all frequencies.
Humans of Earth, one among you has stolen our most sacred relic.
My heart sank. They knew. Somehow, impossibly, they knew exactly what I had taken. The commander continued.
The dagger of the First Blood has been removed from its sacred resting place.
Jackson immediately turned to me.
First Blood? What the hell did you do out there, Talon?
Sarah pointed at me.
He was gone for over an hour. He said he was scouting, but he was obviously looting.
Captain Reeves' eyes narrowed dangerously.
Talon, you have 10 seconds to explain what you've done to us.
The Dalki commander delivered his ultimatum.
Return the blade of our ancestors, or every human on this vessel dies.
All weapons turned toward me. Every cadet on the ship pointed their guns at my head. Even Captain Reeves had his pistol trained on my chest.
Strip him down. Search him. Find whatever sacred relic he stole.
Captain Reeves' finger moved to the trigger.
Talon, I'm giving you one chance to save everyone's life. What did you take from these aliens?
Sarah stepped closer to me.
Captain, we don't have time for interrogation. They're going to massacre us because of him.
The Dalki commander began a countdown.
You have 60 seconds to comply, or we'll reduce your ship to atoms.
Reese pressed his weapon against my temple.
60 seconds, freak. Give us what you stole or we execute you right here and throw your corpse out the airlock as an offering.
Cadets closed in around me.
Do it, Captain. Kill the traitor.
He's going to get us all murdered.
Worthless scum was always going to betray humanity.
I felt the dagger pulse with power beneath my jacket. The ancient weapon seemed to sense the danger, its energy calling to me, begging to be unleashed. But if I revealed it now, they would take it. They would steal the greatest discovery in vampire history, and probably still sacrifice me to the aliens. Captain Reeves checked his chronometer.
40 seconds, Talon. Decide if you want to die as a traitor or a hero.
His finger moved to the trigger.
I'm done waiting. This piece of trash isn't worth our lives.
Every weapon was charged to full power around me. The sound of energy powering up filled the ship. Even if I survived his shot, a dozen others would finish the job. My vampire instincts activated, but they had forgotten something crucial. They thought I was weak, helpless. Just another terrified cadet facing execution. The Dalki commander's voice boomed outside.
20 seconds, humans!
Reeves' finger tightened on the trigger.
That's it. We're ending this now.
Do it, Captain. Kill him and throw the weapon out the airlock. Maybe they'll let us live.
Sarah raised her blaster.
Let's put this freak out of our misery.
I was surrounded by a dozen weapons, all pointed at my head. My own squad mates, ready to execute me without hesitation. The Dalki commander continued his countdown.
15 seconds or we open fire!
Outside the viewports, I could see massive alien weapons charging with deadly energy. Enough firepower to vaporize our entire ship in seconds. Reeves' voice turned cold.
Any last words, traitor?
I felt the ancient dagger pulse beneath my jacket, but what good was it now? Even if I revealed its power, I was outnumbered 12-1 inside the ship. And outside, an entire alien army waited to finish what my own people started. The ship's computer began an automated warning.
Incoming weapons lock detected. Impact in 10 seconds.
My own people were about to murder me. An alien armada was about to annihilate us all. I was trapped between two forces that wanted me dead, with nowhere to run and no way to fight both. The Dalki commander's final warning echoed.
5 seconds!
Reeves smiled as he prepared to pull the trigger.
Goodbye, Talon.
How was I supposed to survive this? Will Quinn survive being hunted by both his own squad and an alien armada? Will his transformation save humanity or doom the entire galaxy? You really need to watch this now, or you're missing out on the addictive fantasy series My Vampire System only on the Pocket FM app. Click the download link below the video and stream now for free.